He stared, mouth wide open. The banana tree stood there, empty. The only indication it had once proudly displayed its prized bunch of bananas was a little stream of juice that was dribbling down from the bare, broken stem. And the tin in bed and the story end. That is a story of the honest thief. Sit down now, talk story. So he unkind to his wife, he unkind to Bulldog, he unkind to himself. And now he in this predicament, get gun for shoot the man. Now go over to Bulldog. Bulldog now, he get a long rap sheet. He ain't taking left. How you gonna come into a man village and challenge a man just so? You're looking for trouble. And then you decide you're gonna go and thief it. You don't even say, well, I'm gonna come buy some. You notice Bulldog never offer for buying none. No, he just want one. But you gotta give Jackie it. He said, please. You know why it is for a bad man who big and strong and been in jail how much time for wounded with intent. For come and say, please. The thing humbly, because the banana make he lose weight. So the man was ready to cop to anything. So I think Spencer stripped his pride. Like in Japan, we just say put egg on your face. You lose face. So when Bulldog had to go and beg, please, he kind of lost face in my estimation. What y'all think? So that's why he got to come with a bad man thing saying, I'm going to thief all. And of course, Spencer think, oh, I'm going to call you bluff. Come thief it. And so they carry on. And you get this poor woman mediating there. And then he turns into a gopher. Go get me the scarf. He for set up. And she know his foolishness. Let's talk about the women in life, in the village, in the relationships. Many times, women are telling men, man, we don't do this, so see this, so, or we don't try this. Then why hear nothing? Then why hear a thing? When some of these men, when they hunker down in their thinking, they don't want to hear anything from a woman. And Mrs. Spencer, she looked like she was a little soft. Because even though she challenged the man, he gave her one club and she went home and she come back. He spoke, yes, Selwyn. No, Selwyn. Okay, Selwyn. She kowtowed to him. Well, I can't blame her because if a man beat you and you love your man, I guess you got to stay. So they say. We know that kind of women, they are there. So what y'all think about Mrs. Spencer? Y'all like she? I don't know if I like she or I dislike she. She's just a woman, an everyday woman in that time, I assume. Because back in those days, women perhaps didn't have as much economic power and all that kind of stuff. But we don't know the inner dynamics of the story, so I don't want to stretch the story too much with Mrs. Spencer. But she seemed to be a pleaser. Okay. And if she husband, she don't want to see nothing go wrong with him. As they say, she loved her husband. Now the banana picking night. No, the next thing about Bulldog that I like, Bulldog use pen and paper. In all this story we get going on, he was just talking. And when you can put pen to paper, you mean business, right? Bulldog had the wherewithal to put pen to paper, even though the grammar not good, for tell you, I'm going to thief your banana tonight. Bulldog is a man who asking Spencer, I come for ask you, AX. I come for ask you for one banana. Give me one banana. But then he write it to pen and paper. And he say, I'm going to thief it. He send the small boy. Enter the other generation. The other generation is a small boy carrying the note on paper. What does that symbolize? Y'all tell me. That said, Mr. Spencer can read the note. These are literate people that say when you can read and write, you just do better. But them, they say, nah, read and write to do better. The only bad way to do the good thing there is the Bible carry the note. Spencer can read and he understand the note. Bulldog can read and write, he send the note and still them in the ignorance. So reading and writing doesn't exempt you from callous behavior and bad man behavior and spouse beating behavior. It don't exempt nobody. So this story is showing the human foibles that are at play in the village and in this particular context. And you can have empathy and you can have, resistance to these characters. So what kept bugging me is this drinking of the coffee to stay up. There's this myth that if you drink black coffee, you're going to be able to stay up all night. Yeah, I'll ever drink black coffee for stay up all night. I never did. Not a coffee drinker. But I get a cousin named Jewel. I'm sure she don't mind me call her name. We got to GSA, Guyana School of Agriculture. And exam time, hey, Jewel, they say, Peggy, Janelle, yeah, put on the coffee there. They're making a big pot of a big saucepan and then go tin. They get this tin and they're making this coffee black like Potaro. Mm-hmm. Potaro River, you look the coffee black. And I said, my cousin, what you do with this coffee? She said, I drink it for study. You see, by the time I make her rounds and come back, Julie don't just snore. Big snore. I said to myself, but look at she. I guess black coffee that do nothing to nobody. So, me don't know. But I was always suspicious of black coffee. So, it seems as though it worked for Spencer because they say Ian close the eye. But now we're talking to a thinking, who's saying not off? You ever try to stay up long and you're just not off? But the story doesn't say so. The story say, look at his watch. And that's why he took his eyes off the tree. Now, when you're making a boast, you don't got to keep your eye on the prize. If you're gunning for somebody who says a bad man and you want to best them, the mistake you're going to make is take your eyes off it for whatever reason. So Spencer had a fatal flaw. He was a flawed man, very flawed, because he took his eyes. He was doing good all the time, protecting his assets, doing what he got to do. He got his wife cooperation and all of that. Took his eyes off and he lost his banana. Just a little dribble was coming down. But the thing that always perplexed me is how Bulldog do it. How in the name of all things good and pleasing, how did Bulldog pull off this great heist? How? I got a theory that when Bulldog said and thief it between 6 and 2 a.m., Bulldog was hidden in the banana bush at 5 o'clock. You don't think so? He had to die in the bush. And if you know anything about banana get a whole lot of leaves and so on. But because this Selwyn is obsessed, man, he must have got a ball and they'd leave. But I get a feeling that Bulldog was on Spencer's property before Spencer even knew. They say when blind man say you going to stone you get the rock in your hand. Every boast enough to follow, because when you see get a man come and tell you that he can't play a game too good and stuff like that, don't always believe. Sometimes the maestro da. And Spencer already knew that this was a bad man who don't talk too much. He just act. So I think Bulldog bested him by being at the location before he was even set up. I have a feeling so. What y'all think? But what got me to is after the banana was swiped, caught, and you see the dribble, why didn't Spencer go down to go check to see what Bulldog did? Bulldog mustn't even move. Because if he turn he back in one, Bulldog na ghost, in a spirit, he can't just mistake and go up like a fairy dust. If a man thief you banana, you don't go like thief. Something wrong with Spencer, you're not too smart. Because me sure the whole village must hear Bulldog got thief put Spencer banana. Because the buy bring the note. Well, me know about this village if people don't talk like that. But if it was my village and you hear these two men take a throw down, big who want thief banana, you know them boxing people sit down there right there, wait. Then clock is still since afternoon. They pull up, even a trench corner. Them a wait. Buy in a here. Bulldog and Spencer face off tonight. Bulldog say you got thief a banana. Hey, let you go along there. Spencer's a bad man. You shoot his pants. I say, hey, you ever hear about Bulldog? He's a bad man. The man been to jail plenty. and the talking would be going on. And somebody would have pull up for Mako the thing and for carry the news because if it's anything, village people like them, it's a story. They like bringing and carrying, like fending and proving. They like for they and they like for see a good fight. Mm-hmm. Because when you get bad, man, you just gotta forget people from both sides. Hmm. You just get the people them who just uphold the bad man and people against the bad man all of them. So that big throwdown. But I don't know what's wrong with this village because nobody has been there. Maybe we can say late at night, so people are asleep. But if the man thief you banana and you can see that's that dribble in that 1 minute, Bulldog had to still be there. You not shoot off your gun? Yes. And if you not shoot off your gun, you're gonna holler thief, thief, thief. Back in the day when I was little, sometimes you wake up 4 day morning, somebody hollering, you know, my father run to the window, you hear in the house, and you wake up and you have no going on. There's a shh, shh, shh. Somebody yelling thief. You put the ears to the door, you hear, and them ask, is who? Neighbor call neighbor, you see light come on, is who, is who? And you're looking cross, you look at my mother Adams here for see if it, and whatever. You gotta check for see. Cause we had some good thief, man, you know. Banana goat and planting goat. Them two that. Hmm. 1 year I went home, planting goat up one tree, I pick people coconut. Them two that and been an old man too. Them two are proper thief. Yes. They get other people, just come and thief people foul. Back in the day, people used to mind the chickens under them bottom house. Because in Guyana, we have our houses on stilts. Most people a lot of people are having concrete houses now, but back in the day, was mostly wooden houses on the posts. And they get the chicken pen at the bottom, they call it chicken coop or cub. So the old people would take, bag and cover the pen so not to disturb them chickens and so. And next thing you know, the creeping, crawling thief come with crocod's bag and would go in your chicken pen, because the chickens asleep, and thief them one. But what does wake up the people when chicken up? Then people just be listening, and they get some people who got chicken that sleep on floor. Because if you live in a country, nobody get bed. Many people that get bed. They sleep on the floor. The children sleep on the floor in the living room, kitchen, everywhere. Because house big nighttime. So if you're sleeping on the floor and you hear your chicken they make noise, especially when it comes to the Christmas time, you got to be awake. And so when somebody hear the thing now, them start for holler thief and turn on their light and they get them torch light, them flashlight, they get a torch and they go like this. And when they start for make the torch light now, you're going to hear people start to say, wait there. And people start to come out. And when they come out and the thief are run now, people start to take up the chase down thief man down through alley, through gully, through sideline, all kind of London Bridge alleyway to chase down thief. Sometimes the thief they drop the bag with a couple chickens inside and run away. And if they catch the thief, well, Lord help you. You get some good licking, some good broadside with that same 22 cutlass. Especially from somebody they know, somebody young by what they know. Oh, you get some good licking for stop thief. Yes. So me not understand this Spencer and Bulldog story here. Spencer could have go and get back his banana. But as we see, it's how the story go. So when I think about this story, I think about empathy and pride. Spencer knew that his banana was tempting the man. And at least he could have come down from his pride and entertain him. What a relationship they might have had. Them two stay in their corner, but they say, two man crab can't live in the same place. Somebody got to best somebody. But he could have, because even when the man said please, he could have do something or make an overture of grace. So he didn't have that. Pride. Every day looking at the banana, he feeling it and so on. It became an obsession. So much so that he abused his wife over this banana tree. What come first? Sometimes material things come in our lives over the people we love. But they say men and the thing, the toys and whatever else, they might make that precedent over people. But people are more important than things. But in this case, we saw how that played out. So it made Spencer a very prideful man. And then they talk about principles and morals. Both sides, both men talked about principle. Bulldog said, listen, I'm telling you, I ain't hiding it from you. I'm going to teeth it. He was honest. Mr. Spencer said, mm-mm, nothing. You can't come here and teeth me thing. I got to stand up for the principle and the law. So the two of them had a way of reasoning things. One, I want something, I will ask you. And it's an expectation that because I ask, I should get. It doesn't always work that way. Not because you have a principle, you think that the world will reciprocate based on your principle. Mm-mm. It doesn't always work that way. Nothing is wrong with his principle. If he asks, then people may give him. And if they say no, you can't say, well, okay, I'm going to take it anyway. Because those types of behaviors lead to other bigger issues, especially when it comes to abuse, physical abuse, domestic abuse, sexual abuse. You know, man got this girl, so she don't feel like, I'm going to take it. I get a right, I'm going to take it. Sometimes you don't even have relationship. Somebody sees somebody and say, you know what? I like what I see. Give me some of that. By the time you could have said no, or don't say no, I can take it. And then next thing you know, you get all kinds of trouble. Mm, yeah. It's a gaze. The gaze of some people is like they have a right to a person's body. And I mean, the pedophiles feel that they have a right to kids' bodies. And I can't stop talking about these pedophiles. They just rub me the wrong way. But in society, we see a lot of that these days. And it's not now they've been having that. That's been there forever. But it seems like as though because we have social media, it's in our faces so much. And it comes from this kind of thinking. That somebody gonna tell you, I want you. And if I can't have you, I'm gonna take you. You know? That's the mindset. So in a way, Bulldog's behavior is deplorable. Mr. Spencer now says he's going to stand for the law. But what gives him the right to decide that he's going to take a rifle and he's going to shoot somebody because they tell him they're going to do this? So he stand up for the law. Who died and left him God? Hmm? Who did? And somehow he thinks that if he's going to get his rifle and shoot this man, well, he was shooting for what? To wound with intent? You can't be certain you're wounding with intent. You might out somebody light. And then what, for banana? Then it gets really ridiculous, right? You're going to go out somebody light, unalive them for banana because they said, gun and know your own master. Gun and know your master. He has no control over what his gun does. He might shoot, but then he might hit the man in the wrong place. There's no guarantee. So when you pick up a gun, you know that you might go down for the capital punishment because you have no control. You might think so. And I don't know, you see, he was so indignant and mad with rage, with such a weapon in his hand. He could do anything. Now, this story gives and gives and gives. You know, it also reminds me of the hill on which we want to die on. Some people will go so far and say, I'm going to die on this hill. I'm going to stand for this no matter what. Some things are worth dying for. Nonsense like this. No, no. You can't stake your pride over stupid things, silly things. You know, nobody wants it done. Nobody wants to walk away. And that's one thing I liked about Village. Sometimes when two people arguing and they get fiery and they're going to bring conflict and they're going to be bodily harm, somebody say, come, done. Yeah, remember that? Some big woman gonna come and hold on to somebody and say, come no man, done. And if it's an old church lady and so no matter how the bad man bad, even for see tread self, some big woman gonna come see tread, come by, come here. And if he not come here bad up, and go up to you and say, here no man. I mean, I know you since I was just on the school days, so we do so. And you're going to talk your whole story empty your whole chest. And when you get it off your chest, you cool down, the passion cool down. And then you can go along. But I guess some people, they don't care, they'll die on the hill. They're going to stand for it and they're going, no matter what, no matter what. So, how y'all enjoy this one? Targeting, let me know. I hope the video looks right because I can't tell. I'm just recording on my camera, on my Zoom, because the whole battle. So, I hope I get this fixed soon. Y'all are good. And if you can help the Jamaicans in any way you can, I'm sure it's going to be appreciated. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to help, but I have them in my thoughts and I watch everything that's happening and I empathize. I'm all the way in Japan. I should probably talk to the Jamaicans here and hear what they're doing. All right. So, Yawa good. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing Dara Dara. Lantiga, check her out. She's got you covered, linen and things. All handmade. Yawa good.